Hey guys, Fantasy Football Lab. We're here, guys. Week 9. Um, Thank you for joining. Thank you for checking it out in the future. Going to send this out to a couple of friends. Talking about Week 9 waiver wire. So today we're picking up players. Right, yesterday and Monday we should have been thinking about who we should have picked up. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Garendo for the 49ers, he had a game. I think he had about 9 yards. So they have a bye week. I still picked him up in a couple of leagues because I don't trust Mason. He's injured with a shoulder injury. And I don't trust CMC either. They said a week or two, then it was IR, arthritis, tendonitis, getting second opinions from guys in Germany. So that's telling me this is maybe a whole year situation. I don't think he's coming back week 10. So I picked up Garendo. He's definitely going to put up points if Mason and CMC don't play. If you have any space on your team, which most of us do, right? We've always got like 2 or 3 guys that are like tier to drop. Like, let me wait for another week. Stop being so scared and nervous and just drop these guys. There are some players on the waiver wire. A lot of injuries with receivers this week. Diggs on Houston, Kirk, Brian Thomas. It goes on and on. Also, the trade with the Browns for Cooper opens up for Judy and opens up for Said Tillman. Said Tillman had like a plus 20-point fantasy game. Friend of mine on another league asked me, hey, is Cedric Tillman like the real deal? Like, what do I do with him? And I believe that Cedric Tillman is the real deal. He's like 6'3", 220. He's got like an A.J. Brown, Terrell Owens type body. So he can hold up, and he's just tough after catch, and he catches the ball. I like said Tillman. I actually like him a little bit over Judge Jerry Judy because Judy, since Broncos and Alabama, he drops a lot of passes, and he's just not dynamic. He's real frail. He's not like going to get tons of yards after the catch. He's not really that fast. But he does catch a couple of passes from Jameson, Smoke Up Winston. Every time I think of Winston, I think of the cigarette. So Jameis is really going to throw the ball a lot, more accurately and more down the field than whatever his name was. D. Watson got the ace Achilles injury, just like me. So the Cleveland passing game is going to open up, and the Colts passing game is going to open up. The reason that the Colts offense is going to open up is AR-15 is a complete dud. I failed miserably. Sorry, fantasy teams on ESPN with 2 different leagues. I picked him up in like round 4 or 5 or 6. I thought it was a steal. Due to the fact that I thought he was going to be like Cam Newton, a lot of running, dynamic plays. Jalen Hurts first year when he was a quarterback with Steichen, I thought he was like a full go for the Colts. But then Taylor got injured, and then he just can't throw the daggone football. He's very inaccurate. I think he's like 45% clip completion percentage. He just can't throw the ball. They made a good decision because they do have a decent team if they actually got some good quarterback play. Flacco is probably like top 15 quarterback if he starts right now. So goodbye AR-15. Hello, Joe Flacco. Actually picked up Joe Flacco in an ESPN league. Got 3 quarterbacks in this league. It's Cousins, it's Flacco, and it's Winston. Talking about 2 of them right now. In that particular league, it's 14 teams and a lot of deep benches. So there's not really much out there in the waiver wire. And my receivers and running backs are pretty much stacked up, tight end too. So like only thing I really need to look at is defense, quarterbacks. Going to stream quarterbacks in that league. Like I said, it's got Darnold, Flacco, and Winston. So just going to play on matchup for that quarterback. Let's talk a little bit about Jacksonville and let's talk a little bit about Houston. So with Houston, Xavier Hutchinson, Robert Woods, Michi, blah, blah, blah. So Nico's going to come back in a week. but Diggs is out for the year, and we also got Dell still playing. I don't know what to think about with that receiving core. Woods, he's a good for 3, 4, 5 catches, but I don't know if I would pick him up. Hutchinson is someone to consider. I actually don't know almost anything about Hutchinson, and I don't really know what to expect. He's like 6'1", 200, just regular body. He's nothing special, nothing special with speed. So I don't really know what to expect with Houston. I think Mixon's going to get up some big numbers, passing game. Schultz is going to increase, and Dell's going to increase. Now the other guys, I'm not so sure what to think about, especially with Nico coming back. I personally wouldn't pick up anybody on Houston right now. They're also struggling. Jets defense might look a little bit solid to play for Thursday night's game, due to the fact that Houston's reeling and they hit the injury bug with receivers. So now you just need to just bottle up Mixon. Don't know if the Jets are going to be able to do that. I'm going to stop talking about the Jets. They stink. They're just abysmal. What is it, 2-6 on the way to 2-7? It's all downhill for the Jets. So we're not going to talk about them at all. Washington defense and the Philly defense might be some defense to stream and target just for this week. I like Philly playing Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is prone to throw a lot of turnovers, and he fumbles a lot. So Philly defense might be something to consider. They're also on the rise. They're improving as the season is going along. Um, Probably a playoff bound team. Cowboys aren't. Giants definitely aren't. The Redskins are. I think it's Redskins Eagles NFC East playoffs, and I think it's going to be three out there with I think in the North with the Vikings, Bears, Lions, and Packers. I think Vikings might be seeing their way out. I think it's going to be Bears, Lions, Packers. 3 teams make the playoffs in that division. So don't have too much to say today. Streaming a couple of defenses: Flacco, AR-15, um, Garendo. If you didn't pick them up, maybe I know they're on a buy, but if you have a spot, it might be a stash, and some receivers to target. Funny thing is, I've got like a lot of these receivers that I traded for in my dynasty league: Tolbert, Wicks, and Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman, I think, is like 60 or 70% owned in like Yahoo. I don't really know why he would be available. If Keon Coleman is available in any of your leagues, ESPN, Yahoo, Sleeper, I would definitely be picking him up. Because as Amari Cooper came on, it seems like he's taking a little bit of that help with the secondary. So they're not like just targeting Keon Coleman. It's Coleman, it's Kincaid, and it's Cooper, and it's also Mr. Cook, James Cook, in the passing game. So I think just having Cooper opens everything up for the rest of the guys. Kincaid has finally had a nice little game last week too, a touchdown, a little tutty. So these are my guys to look at on my ticker. I also do like on in closing, Jacksonville. I do like out of all those receivers. Gabe Davis is always hit or miss, so I'm kind of iffy on Gabe Davis. But if you're in need of receiver, go ahead. Parker Washington, slot receiver, similar to what Kirk is going to do. Similar build, similar speed, and all that. Go ahead and give it an opportunity. I think he can play. He can do something. 5, 6, 7 catches. Maybe a flex. So someone to look at: Parker Washington, Jacksonville. He's like owned in like nothing, 0%, 1% of leagues. So he could be sneaky for the next couple of weeks as Brian Thomas is out for a couple of weeks and Kirk is out for the whole year. So that's what I got. Waiver Wire Fire. Did it in 9 minutes and 30. Take care, guys. God bless.